Poem. The Seasons. It is time, whispered summer to autumn. It is time. It is time for me to go and for you to stay, to cover the ground with hues of orange, yellow, and red, and the skies in grey. Autumn said, yes, but not for long. Winter will meet me somewhere down the road. Leaves will wither and the trees will stand still. Not a single sign of life, only cold winds. Winter smiled. My days are numbered too. I won't stay here forever. I have other things to do. Soon the flowers will bloom, colors will return, the butterflies will come out, and the birds will start chirping. The sun will start shining again. Summer will return. The only permanent thing is change, which no one can escape. It is the circle of life that takes place every single time, without fail. Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, then welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. I'm here today with a book review of a book called Slices of Life by Mrinalini Dubke. It's not a collection of short stories, but it's a collection of thoughts, a collection of essays, you could call it. Very short essays which will give you different perspectives on life and about how people and nature and circumstances and everything around you will affect you and will affect your perspective and about how it changes you. It's a very short book. It's about 51 pages long and it took me about 45 minutes to read. That's all. I have quite a bit to talk about this book, so without further ado, let's get into this video and let me share with you my thoughts on Slices of Life by Mrinalini Dubke. And before we get on with the video, if you'd like to buy this book, then I leave the Amazon link in the description box below. Go check it out. See, technically Slices of Life is not a collection of short stories. Instead, it's a collection of stories from the author's day-to-day life, about the observations she makes, about the thoughts she has, about the emotions she goes through, about the realizations she has, which is simply beautiful, you could call it. But the author has put in a lot of things in this book that you might not notice in your daily life. When you read the stories in this book, when she talks about things that happen to her equations with friends, her equations with family, the thoughts she has while she's doing routine things, she has encompassed so many things in this 51-page book. See, I don't agree with all of them, but there are a lot of good things in this book, like the poem you heard at the beginning of this video. That is my favorite part of this book. And there's also, in the last section of the book, she talks about how being in the right place at the right time and how asking for help could be the right thing for you. And I was like, this just went to a straight higher rating. I won't talk about this rating right now, but it was the end of this video. But I really enjoyed reading these short essays cum stories. I mean, you can't technically call them complete short stories, but yes, she takes things from everyday life and she puts a spin on things, and she talks about the impact that those everyday things have in our life and in our thinking. And there are things like it's okay to cry sometimes. Like, she talks about how girls are expected to cry and boys are supposed to be macho and you shouldn't cry. Don't cry like a girl, they say. Girls play with dolls and with kitchen sets, while boys, they have all this outdoor games and all that. In that particular chapter, I felt it hit my heart in such an immense manner because of how simple a manner she used in telling that it's okay to cry. We are all human, irrespective of whether you're a man or a woman. If you feel like crying, if you feel like letting it all out, if you feel your heart being full, if you want to release it, then do it. And throughout this book, even in the most simple of things, like if she's showing gratitude towards what she has, if she's showing remorse towards what she had done before, and some things that she thought she could have changed but she couldn't do it because circumstances changed and it was too late. But even through all of this, she has this underlying lesson of saying that societal expectations are too much. They are too much. Be human, be you. And that is the message that I got throughout the book. And I really enjoyed reading it. Like, I know I said this before that I enjoyed reading this, but I can't stop saying it because sometimes, or most times you could call it, beauty lies in simplicity, and This book is one such example of how beauty lies in simplicity. I feel like I combined the plot of the book as well as about the points which I liked about it. But let me talk more about what I liked about this book. The writing is beautiful. It's simple and beautiful. And there are some amazing concepts of gratitude, of about thinking about other species, not just human beings, like the way human beings are so cruel to animals. And there's this whole incident where she saw a bag on which it was written "Fuck tradition, go vegan." And I really liked what she spoke about in that particular chapter. And you should go read these essays to find out what I'm talking about. Like, I can't give away everything. It would defeat the purpose of the review and of the book. The way she talks about relationships, about friends, about family, about the people around you, and about how equations can change, and about how it will affect your own mind, about how it will affect your own character, how it changes, and how your character will affect your equation with people. And she talks about the difference in a man's thinking and a woman's thinking and a kid's thinking, and how bringing up a kid is such a large collage of things that you need to do, and the lessons that you need to let them learn while holding their hand and showing them the way forward. I loved it. I'm really glad that I read this book, that the author approached me. To be honest, there are a few things that I did not like about it. Let me just read them out for you. I've noted them down. There are 3 points that I did not like. The first one is when the author writes, "Learn to look beyond yourself and your so-called worries." You cannot call somebody's worries so-called. You can't give out that underlying message that your worries are just so-called. You're all making that up. See, I understand that it might not be your intention, but that's how it comes across, and that is something that I did not like. And then there's a point where I thought she was talking about how life in other countries is boring. The author lives in Germany, and she says, "I wonder how mechanical can these countries, and of course the people who reside there, be, with no human contact and no place for sweet surprises or human errors. Boring, isn't it?" See, from a point of view of an Indian, and from the point of view of a culture which thrives on human contact and about a lot of people being in our lives, it's okay to feel that way. But to call the life in other countries boring or mechanical just because it does not suit our liking, okay, you could talk about it with your friends, you could talk about it with your family, but don't put it out there, because we wouldn't feel good if someone called India boring or someone called India names. So that's the thing. It's a two-way street, right? So let's not go there. And the last one is, it's stereotyping women into being a certain way. And look at this quote, and then I will talk later. It says, "The abilities including nurturing, caring, raising children, keeping the family together, and so on come naturally to women." That's generalizing it. It does not come naturally to all women. It's literally saying that women have to become mothers. What if women don't want to become mothers? Some women don't want to become mothers. There's nothing wrong in that either. And then the part of the quote that irritated me even further, "Those qualities define her as a person, and those are the qualities she is known for." No. A woman is not known for giving birth to children and raising them. There are a lot more facets to a woman than just being a mother or just being someone in relation to someone else. A woman is a woman in her own right. And to say that those particular qualities in relation to something else or someone else is something that a woman is known for, no please. That does not sit right with me. But those are the 3 things that I did not like in this book. But in 85% of the book, I really enjoyed, I really liked reading. And I feel that everybody must read the author's thoughts that are so beautifully written in a majority of this book. And there are some really interesting points, some food for thought that you can read this book and absorb and formulate your own opinions on. If not, accept what the author is saying. I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I hope that you will also pick this book up. And if you do decide to pick the book up, I've left the Amazon link in the description box below. Please go check it out. So what did you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Will you go and pick Slices of Life up? Do you want to read it now? Do you want to read it and then come back and we can discuss the book? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.